Well, we're starting to get a little bit closer to Christmas time here, so it's actually Saturday, November 4th. So, give me just a second. I've got to change my calendar. It's the 4th, and it's Saturday. So you probably figure out by now, this is what we're going to actually be building on this episode here. It's a little perpetual calendar. It's got the date, week, day of the week, and month in it, and you can spin these to change it. This one here, you probably want to do this on a CNC machine. You could do this by hand, but trying to get these rings exactly round and getting all this lettering done in here be pretty quite the task for that. So all of this will be done on the CNC type machine. So we'll get going on this, and we hope you enjoy the video, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, so the first thing we're going to do is get our rings lettering cut in. So we got the day, the month, and then the day of the week on the inner circle. So we'll cut those in first. I do that first, and then I'm going to paint these black to make them stand out, and then we'll cut each ring out. So we'll get these cut first. Light sanding, knock all the little burrs off. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and fill my letters in. I'm just using some black spray paint. I'm doing it here on my machine just because I don't want to lose my center. I went ahead and covered my center point too. Just make sure I don't lose my center. You could take it off, go paint it, but I'm gonna paint it real quick and then come back in and cut the rings. The reason I was painting it first, because if I cut the ring first, then I'll get paint down inside, then I'll have to sand all the inside of the ring. So try to keep that from doing that. So. All right, so the next step, we let the paint dry a little bit. So next step is we're gonna cut the rings out, outer ring, middle ring, and then the center ring. So we'll get those cut. All right, we got our rings all cut. You'll see kind of towards the end of the video why I put these notches in here. You notice these little indents. So next I'm going to sand off the rest of this black, and then that should expose the lettering. I'm going to do it now because it'd be harder to hold when I take the rings out. So next thing we need to do is cut these rings out. So I'll take it to the table saw and we'll take and cut the 1/2 inch and then sand the back side and get these rings out of here. All right, so the next piece we're gonna cut out is I'm gonna call in the back frame of it. Go back here. It's this piece here. It's what the rings all set in. I won't have these windows. This was just a test piece. I won't have these windows in this. It'll be on the front piece. But the back will hold the rings in there, and then we'll just put a piece of the front on cover to hold the rings up. So that's what we're gonna cut next. All right, so we got we got this back piece cut here. That's what it looks like. Just flat on the back. You've got the notches cut in here. These are 1/2 inch deep, or a little over half. I programmed it for 0.53, and then the rings are just right at half or a little bit under. So the rings set in here. You want them just to be a little loose. The gaps here are 3/4. The rings are, I think, 0.68, I believe is what the final dimension on these were.
It gives a little bit of room to spin. So next thing is we're going to get the top made for this, the cover. Earlier I said something about, I'll explain the notches. So the notches are here so that you can kind of just get your finger in there to spin them. You can also grab it like that too. But this center one might be a little bit hard to get under, so it's just got the notches that you can, when you get to spin the dates around for you. So we'll get this cover made next, and then get this thing assembled, and we'll be done with this. All right, so we got all of our pieces here made. Our rings, whatever you can call them, the back, the front, and then I just cut a little piece here for the base. So assembly will be like so, and then we'll mount that to that. We'll go over some dimensions right quick of this. You can build this obviously any size you want. This outer ring, so the outer ring here, I started at 7.5. The next ring in, I went a quarter between. So this next ring in is 5.5, and then the center one is 3.5. The slots here are all 3/4 wide. These width of these rings are just under 3/4, 0.68, I believe. The height on this, 8 inches. The widest part is 5. The top is 4. And then the base, I just cut it 2.25 by it's 6 3/4. Okay, so there's the dimensions. If you want to build one, obviously you can build it any size you want. So we'll go ahead and get this assembled. So the next thing is we'll get our, I've already had and polyurethane the rings, because it's going to be kind of hard once I get it put together, being that they're on the inside. I will probably put a little wax, a little more wax on the inside of every one of these before I assemble too. And then we'll take and glue this on. We got to be real careful here on the top. Probably do glue here on the top, right in the center, and then down the bottom. Probably not do much glue here. We don't need much, just enough to hold it on there. If we get any squeeze out inside here, my rings are going to lock up. So. Okay, so we'll get assembly going. Just got a little wax. I'm just going to put it on my finger. Just avoid getting it up here on the surface here where I'm going to glue, though. We have to have the rings in there to glue before we glue it up. So again, up here, we're going to have to be real liberal about our glue. So we'll let that glue set up, and then we'll get her mounted to the base. All right, so the last thing we're gonna do is get this mount on here. Instead of just gluing it flat on there, we're gonna put some pins in. I've already drilled these holes here. So to get these transferred onto the here, use these little center points here, dowel center points. Put them in there like that, and then I've already got the line marked out where my edges go. You just line it up. Right, and then just give it a little tap. We'll mark the holes for you where your dowel needs to go on either side. And then we'll just take a little Forster bit. Appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video today, and I hope you enjoyed this. We'll keep some more coming. I'll try to come up with some more little ideas like this, and we'll try to get another one out here pretty quick. So Guys, enjoy, and we'll see you next time. Appreciate it.